Hi, when I started this YouTube channel, the first thing I recorded were actually basic 1-octave scales because I was working with a couple of self-taught adults who made this request. They said they could really use this. And then I decided to record playlists for all the RCM levels because a lot of students who do exams, it's very useful to have those for references. And you may realize that on YouTube you can slow down. So if I say the name of the scale, it'll sound distorted before it affects the pitch, but then the music's okay. So that you'll notice that you can go, very slow. And I have separate videos about how to practice double stops, how to practice arpeggios slurred with repetitions. I have very advanced in my scale tips, fancy variations, and all kinds of things to do, advanced circle of fifths. So there's different ideas. I won't get into everything in this video, but what I'll show you now are a lot of basic variations for scales. So the way to do it is learn your basic scale just with the easiest bowing you can, probably one note per bow. And then you do want to mix it up because it'll strengthen your learning and it'll make it more fun, and you'll improve your bow arm all at the same time, and also rhythm. By practicing rhythms, you strengthen your sense of rhythm. I won't have the metronome on today, but it's a useful thing to practice scales with the metronome a lot, especially when doing rhythms, because it keeps you really honest. So what I'm going to show you is how you can take a basic rhythm and then do it in many different ways. For each of these, you can do it in different parts of the bow. So I won't show you all those multitude of variations. Sometimes I'll point out, oh, this is great to do at the tip or the frog. So we'll just start out with straight eighth notes, and I'll just play the beginnings of scales so I can go through lots of variations. So if I just go, that's what we call détaché, middle of the bow. Then I could do spiccato, but I probably want to do that double or triplets, like that. Then I can do different slurs. Opposite. Now, let's say dotted rhythms. So in my more advanced scale tips, I show all kind of, but for more beginners, if you think of it as a dotted quarter note and then an eighth note, so notice those are all slightly different. Some of them I did 16th notes. That was more of a double dotted. You can go. Then let's do mixed rhythms. So you can go. That was a traveling stroke. I call that Z bowing. I have some videos about that. Ricochet. And even if this is new for you, it's so good to practice all the off the string strokes. Make sure you hold your bow very lightly for that. Sautier. I have several videos on sautier. So do check out all my play along scales for many different levels. I haven't done past RCM level 8 for the scales. I figure once you get to grade 9, you know your scales enough. You shouldn't need that. But let me know if there's any I've left out that you'd like for me to record. I can look into doing that. So happy practicing. Our scales are so important. All scales and arpeggios, our music's made up of that. And in the future, I'll be preparing some different scale recordings for different kinds of like pentatonic and modal scales. If you're interested in violin technique, check out my violin practice tip playlist, and you may also be interested in my practice tutorials and hundreds of videos of etudes for players of all levels, as well as play along scales and arpeggios. Please subscribe and stay notified. On the About page of this YouTube channel, you'll find all my social links, my Patreon, and my websites, both for violin teaching and my podcast.